Hello, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Brow, 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 brow. I see Carson's here. Hi, Carson. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. Hi. Me too. My lamp is set up a bit differently, so now you can actually see me, which is like a surprisingly nice addition. How is everyone? It's been about a month since my last stream, so it's honestly pretty nice to be here. Um, Today, I think, is going to be divided between like video editing and, if I'm up to it, lyric work. So I thought we should just like get started and then wait as people get here to hang out. So let's do that. Doo, 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 doo. Wrong one. That's the right one. All right, let's get started. Got 8 seconds to get prepped, so get your stuff out. Let's do it. Mostly lurking. That's totally good. I love that you guys are here. All right, I'll mute myself. Listen to whatever you like. Let's get to it. All right, friends. Hi. How did we do? How is everyone? Nice to see y'all here. I am trying to quickly rough edit through this vlog. It's been a while since I've been on stream. Hi, friends. Um, I will say I think the thing right now is I have like Tuesday's vlog ready to go, but like I don't want to break up my not my stream, but like streak, my streak. And especially because I haven't stopped vlogging at all. So I want to like keep sharing what I'm doing. Today was like sort of a rest day. I met with somebody from my cycle and I meal prepped and stuff. So just like things that allow going to grad school to be like a significantly more fun experience, or rather not fun, although this like opening week, like school starts next week, but we had like a whole week of orientation and I had so much fun composing. Like I know that I'm like in the right place and it's sick. It's sick. But yeah, today was spent doing that. So I'm like a bit behind on this vlog and I need to kind of get it, you know? But how is everyone? Let me know what you're doing. The question is, what are you working on today? Just hanging out? Let me know. I'm working on editing a video. I was going to try and potentially maybe write some lyrics for Café con Leche's opening number, but I just don't think that's going to happen. It's just not the vibe I'm in right now. So I'm going to try and write tomorrow. I'm trying to steal a practice room tomorrow. So that's where I'm going to be going. Nat says, going to be mostly lurking today. Okay, love you, Nat. Everyone say, we love you, Pidge. Love you, Pidge. Carson says, forgot to tell you, but I finally got the tracking on my VR headset kind of working again, and my nephew think it's awesome VR headset prototype. That sounds amazing. So excited you're still working on that project. Also about to work on a new flavor of Linux. Flavor is just a fancy word for base OS. Then I will base my headset's OS on that. By the way, I can't hear the music. Yeah, there's no music on these streams. Sorry, y'all. Cool Gamer, hello, welcome. Carson says, writing lyrics doesn't really feel right when other people aren't around. Even if it's just me writing them, I write way better around other people. That's so interesting. You know, my master's is about like collaboration and writing with other people. And it's been so long for me. As you guys know, I've been like working on Café con Leche and Star Signs and just my own projects like by myself, just to do the nature of like how I've been living and how hard it is to set things up and stuff like that. So it's been really cool to work with people again, but a bit disarming. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's been one of those things where it's just like, whoa, I need to trust people again. I need to open myself up. So, you know, Katie's here. Hello, bestie. Hi. If you're not subscribed to Katie's newsletter, do that immediately. I had a really rough day at grad school this week, and Katie's newsletter came into my inbox, and it literally made my day. And I didn't even know I was in it until the end. Like, just reading it, like, so good, made my day. Anyone have any tips about reusing old lyrics? They're always there for you. I would say the tip to reusing a good lyric is finding like a good place to like use it, if that makes any sense. Also, I'm so sleepy. I can't like. I was like, oh, we're gonna go till midnight tonight, but I think I'm just gonna probably have to call it a bit sooner than I expected, which sucks. But I do have school. I technically don't have school tomorrow, but I do have to go on campus and then meet with John at the library at like 2. So like, your girl's gotta kind of hold it together. Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. Back to Lisa at the moment. Lisa says we'll be working on patient spreadsheet. Also, I lost my water bottle. I'm hoping it's on campus, which is why I'm going to be heading there tomorrow. But yeah, no, I'm drinking out of a Jason Mar, a mason jar. We'll be working on patient spreadsheet and finding a therapist and eating cookies and making a family medalist for Torty. Okay. Sounds like a very productive time. Joe's here. Hi, Joe. Um, Joe says, I've been obsessively making beaded bracelets all weekend because I need some art therapy, though I did not need to pick up a new hobby. I am seriously considering going to the Eras tour like movie because I like don't want to pay to go to the Eras tour show, but I would pay $20 to see like a showing of Taylor Swift. So, excuse me. So I'm like seriously considering it. Um it just seems like really fun, you know? Also, yes, can we see? Do drop it in the Discord, baby. Lisa says, also this sprint I did nothing. I just watched the podcast and ate cookies. What podcast? Katie says, spent that sprint hanging out and writing a bit. Oh, are you working on Dragon Book? Let us know. Ooh, pick in the Discord. Don't switch. Discord. Craft Talk. I love it. Folklore. Evermore. Midnights. Miss Spider-Man? Is it like Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Plains? Where's the Miss Spider-Man misheard lyrics from? I need it. Lord, baby, my love. How am I? I'm doing good. I'm sleepy, sleepier than I had anticipated. Which is surprising. I'm actually gonna mist my face real quick if y'all don't mind. Um, um, I did like all the meal prep today for class. Um, I'm trying not to eat out because NYU is like in a really nice area. It's like, well, it's a pretty rich kid school. I don't think that I would be like lying by saying that. But because of that, it does mean that a lot of like the restaurants nearby and stuff are pretty expensive. And so like it's cheaper and honestly easier to eat pre-packaged food. Um, and so like doing a lot of that mental work today would just allow me to eat the following days. I don't know if that makes any sense. I just like having to think about food when I need to like do work makes me want to kill myself. So let's not kill myself because I'm doing like a very expensive degree, you know? So that's how I'm feeling. How's grad school? Grad school technically hasn't started. It starts on Wednesday. But I had like my first week of orientation and it went super well. Everyone is so talented. And like obviously, I don't know if that makes any sense. Like obviously, it's like a really hard school to get into and like people who came here like obviously want to write at a certain level and a certain like caliber of excellence, whatever. But yesterday, like we got this assignment and we had like 24 or 48 hours, depending on what you got, to like put it together. And it was so cool to see people like really put themselves on the line and like push themselves. And it was just so freaking cool. Like, I don't know. I've been waiting for this kind of community like my whole artistic career. And I've had similar experiences with workshops and things. I've done a lot of workshops in my life, like professionally and with other groups and different, and like different skill sets. Like I used to do like a songwriters workshop, and then I did like a acting workshop, musical theater workshop, acting styles. And this is like the first time where I've sort of married those two styles, and I genuinely feels like I'm where I belong. On the flip side, I'm trying not to like not make it a big deal, but like I want this to just be like the normal thing. So like I'm just treating this as if this is normal and trying not to psych myself out with like the anxiety of it, but also like with the whoa, like I never believed I'd get here. Like I'm trying to just like be like this is something that I have earned, and I'm really, really happy. So it's all those things. No, my ears are burning. I heard a bird word. High pitch. Um, Physical therapy. Thank you. Carson says, I just realized a problem I have, though. I have two different modes when lyric writing. The first one is flowing, and the second one is rhyming. With flow, I write way too fast and like rhyme. Then you got to keep pushing yourself. I think that it depends. I mean, not everything has to rhyme, But I think if you're doing flow, you gotta also rhyme so you have something for the ear to hook onto. That's just like my philosophy on that. And I don't think it's a bad idea for you to push yourself and try and blend those two together. That's why you're making bracelets for the movie? When are you going to go see the movie, Joe? I really want to make bracelets, but also, like, I don't. Like, look at this. My, like, no space in my room for that. So, but yeah, I would kill for a bracelet. So if you want to send one to me, let me know and I'll give you my address because you and I actually know each other. You follow my personal Instagram. And Evermore, please. I have officially decided that Evermore is my favorite like Taylor Swift album. It was always leaning that way, but the only song that I haven't warmed up to is Willow. Oh, sorry, not Willow. The more that you say, the less I know. That's Willow, right? Yeah, and that's because like I like a particular remix of it that I heard on TikTok. But Ivy, which is like Pitch's favorite, I have been wanting to listen to that song recently. It just hits, and I'm just like, yeah, everything on here hits. So I'm an Evermore stan. Carson says the kind of momentum I get is not good for complex rec because I get too into rhyming simple. Interesting. You could do slant rhymes. There are different types of rhymes. You don't need to do like perfect rhymes, you know? Oh my god, the 8 passengers. Yeah, that shit's been going insane. I'm very against like vlogging children. Like it's different if I'm vlogging myself and I'm editing my video. You know what I'm saying? Like there's obviously a certain type of editorial process that goes into making a vlog. Um, and even as a young adult, like I'm talking like 18 to like 25, like up until your frontal lobe develops. Um, it is not what I want. Like I go back and I like read stuff and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I feel comfortable about this information being on the internet. And I still feel that way about stuff I post now. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine that being something that a child has to like sit through and also like monetizing. Um like I just I don't think I think that if children are going to be online, because that's just where community is for a lot of people. There just needs to be some safeguards and stuff. But most importantly, I don't think parents should be profiting from their fucking kids. So I think like there needs to be more legislation around like creating funds for children, kind of like for child actors. So I can totally understand if a kid wants to perform and wants to have a YouTube channel. Like, being a YouTuber is, for a lot of children like a dream and an aspiration. And I can totally see why wanting to do that as a young kid could be like something that the kid wants. But I think there's also got to be a way to like, decide what goes on the internet. Like I don't really want to know if, you know what I'm saying? There isn't a lot of gray area, I think, but I think that there is some discussion to be had about children being able to make art in the way that they want. And if the art that they want to make is online, is vlogging, is videos, I think there's got to be some protection around that. And I think they need to get paid. Like if you as a parent left your day job so your child can have a YouTube career, then you don't have a job. Like your child has a job and your job is your child. And I don't think it's fair to put that much pressure on that, Lisa, Joe, I miss you, but I miss Spider-Man. I love that. Katie says, oop, I'm a little behind on the stream, but I'm writing a bit of brain rot. I should be outlining, but it's fine. Absolutely right, the brain rot. Sometimes you need to get rid of the rot to get to like the fleshy good stuff, Lisa says, oh, I have a good thing. I go back to tutor the same kid as last time. I start again tomorrow. Congratulations. Whoop, whoop. We love people making money and working. Hi, Brent. Whoop, whoop. Yes. Oh my God. Joe, DM me on Instagram and I'll send you my address. My new New York address. Yes. Oh my God. I'm so excited. I don't have a bracelet. So I'm like, you've made my entire day. You and Pidge, you guys are like the same fucking taste. My favorite from Evermore, I think, like, if I have to, like, okay, my favorite right now is Cowboy Like Me. But like, 'Tis the Damn Season, when it, oh my god, Gold Rush. I still think that Gold Rush should have opened the album. I just think it's a great album opener, and I move everything before that at the end of my playlist. Fun fact. Carson says it's weird because thinking about rhyme really stops me in my tracks and kind of ruins my mindset. Well, that's what I'm saying. Write the lyrics in your flow and then go in and write a rhyme. That's what I do a lot sometimes when I'm writing. I'm like, this is the thing that I want. This is the melody I want. And so I'm putting dummy words to the melody. But then I have to go in and revise the lyric to make it say what it needs to say, even if it isn't the melody, but keep the same melody that I've already written, or same, pattern if you're writing like rap. So Carson says, sometimes as a kid, you may post things that were meant as a joke and later you're just embarrassed by it because your sense of humor has changed. I mean, absolutely. I think it's also like, just like, I remember when I was in undergrad or in high school, even before that, like, stranger danger and online stuff, but mostly like the feeling that you had to make your Facebook private because companies were going to be looking at your online activity. Right. And while I still think that's true, I do sometimes feel that people don't really like get that. And especially like parents who are looking to make money off their kid. It's like when parents use like their kid's social security card to get like a credit lease or get like a credit line. Um, and so to me, it's just like, it feels so odd that like that these kids are just like, all their stuff is out there. And like, if I were to Google this child, right. Like, there's a reason why I use a pen name online and I use a pen name for my work. Like, it does give me a separation between like my online persona and whatever other persona and like my private life. And those obviously are blending together as I get older. But I mean, the fact that you would have to like explain yourself and what you were doing when you were 10 online feels absolutely nuts to me. Like, it's just absolutely nuts, um Joe says, I like Cowboy Like Me, but I get so hung up on that tent like thing. I hate it, lol. I think I hate it more than the 90s trend line. I so disagree. I love the tent like thing. There's just something about that line that scratches my brain. I usually do get hung up on things like that. I think the 90s is the worst line in the whole album. It up with some tent like thing. It just, the melody really accentuates the feeling of like, she doesn't know where she is, but she's still conning this guy. And I just love the I've got some tricks up my sleeve. I just love the syncopation and then the landing on the beat and then sleeve. It's so good. My brain just it goes burr. Nice idea. I could always change your name later. That's smart. Yes, thank you. Like I Cowboy Like Me, which I have obsessed with over the last month, is probably, it's like fighting an all-time spot for most listened to song, which is insane. That says, I want to relive childhood and make bracelets, but I also don't want my birds eating a bead accidentally. That's exactly how I feel about like any little small thing. I'm like, Marin is gonna eat that. Jack was like very averse to like eating small things. It's just not his vibe. He was like, I just want like something tasty that looks like ham, but I'm always worried Marin will eat that. Also, y'all should be proud of me. I bought Marin her first like little toy. I told my roommate, I'm like, Marin is officially half my cat now. And so I got her like a little scratching post. We don't have any furniture here. And she doesn't have a lot of hidey hole places. So I'm hoping that she'll warm up to it. Lisa says, I'm uncomfortable with the idea that a parent could give the child an identity instead of the child being allowed to make one. And I think that's why I think it's cool if kids want to vlog and if kids want to like explore that side of what it means to make art. I've been watching this YouTuber. Her name is hold on. I'm gonna have to look at it on my phone. and I'm never gonna love again. Mm. Oh, Sarah Fisher. She is a 20 something PhD candidate at Indiana University. I adore her vlogs, but it's such a meta way of looking at vlogs. I just randomly find her. I just like vloggers. So like if I see a vlogging thing on my page, I'll like might recommend it. I'll usually follow. But um, she's writing about how vlogs are like diaries and how they're actually written work, and how a lot of the written work that we do in vlogs are influenced by our like idea of like story and structure, and how even something as small as a vlog will have like a certain like arc structure, like a conflict and something, sometimes a resolution or sometimes like a build, and how we create this a story of ourselves as the subject, even though we're technically like, anyway, it's like a really meta analysis, and that's why she makes vlogs, right? So she's like exploring that, and I was like, I love the idea of that. And if we do look as vlog as a form of writing through like video, and also like, right, if technically you can write by just speaking, if you have a vlog, you don't need to like write. And kids making like little films or little vlogs, right? Like, I don't know. I think there's a way for children to do this safely. I think this it's a different conversation when a parent is profiting off of it, and that's what makes me really upset. You know, so many Taylor Swift songs make my brain go brr, 100%. So many make me go like brr. Like I'll be like, like putting my thing on shuffle. Like I have like a top songs playlist, which is like every top song I've ever had on Spotify since they started making these, which I would say was like, excuse me, 2016, 2017. So like 7 years of like greatest hits, right? Of stuff that I know that I like. And I just play that, and like a Taylor Swift song will come on, which will be like stuff that I was listening to before I got really into her, like maybe like Delicate. I really like that song. And then it come in and I'll be like, is it for the best? And I'm like, she's the moment for me right now. Lisa says taking care of a cat changes the vibe. All of a sudden I'm like, I gotta pick up all the things. I know. I'm like, all of a sudden I gotta change her litter. Like, oh my cute, does Marin like it yet or not? She does not. I put it next to like her area. It's like a little scratching thing. So I'm hoping she'll warm up to it. It was $25, so she better warm up to it. Have I drugged Marin with catnip yet? Nope. I haven't even bought catnip. So I think this is a good place to end. How about for our question for the next one? It'll be like, tell me or share with us rather a story about your pet. That's the next one. Let's move on to the sprint, ladies and gents and non binary agents. I will see everyone in 30 minutes. Film it what you do. I might do it on the vlog. Somebody send me catnip. Is that legal? Okay, anyway, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So sleepy. All right, friends, we are on break. Share with us a story about your pet. So I'll start, give you guys some time to put some happiness in the chat. From what I could read, it was just like a lot of trauma dumping. Stop that. Be happy for your pets. Anyway, um, let's see. A good Jack story. I miss the boy so much. Um, Honestly, I think the thing I miss the most about Jack right now and just like a happy story is just like, I would lay down. Like I've been getting back pretty late from class and stuff. But like my favorite thing to do with Jack was just knowing that there was no one more down to snug than my little bug, aka my little boy. So, I just I was like sleeping this morning and all in my head I could think of was like Jackson. He like sleeps long ways like this when we sleep together. He'll like curl up like a bagel or a croissant, and then other times he will literally like sleep like this, all stretched out, like right next to me. And I just love him for that. And it just makes me miss his like like just long boy stretch. He's just like fully splooted out and I just miss cuddling him. I think my favorite Marin story right now has been me starting grad school and her getting mad when I get in so late. like, there was one day this week where I left at like 8 and I was back at like 11, you know? So it was just one of those days where I was gone for a while and she's like talking to me like, meow, meow, when I get in and she like, doesn't want to see me, but then she totally does. And I'm just like, hey, we're friends now. Torty is sick. No. Joe says, I was obsessively listening to The Last Time the other day because the way Taylor and Gary Lightbody switch harmonies. I don't know that song. I don't really know anything previous to 1989. Let's be real. Cat. Yeah, what's wrong? I'm behind on Discord a bit as well. Katie says, so I'm on a writing retreat and I usually feed our puppy Blue lunch. But since I've been gone, he's been protesting lunch and going into my room to look for me. Oh, cute. We need to do a writing retreat, like just everyone like who's in the East Coast who makes like YouTube content. 'Cause I would love to do like a little writing retreat with everyone. Someone invite me, please. Katie says, but on a happier note, he was very excited to meet a girlie on his walk who had blue hair, kindred spirits. Okay, so I do have a Jack story that kind of relates to this. He was a puppy. He was neutered already. But he must have been like, let's see. We got him when he was 3 months old, so 6 months old. So this was still 2020, like very much 2020 still. And this was back when I lived in San Diego for the OGs. And we were walking around and he saw like a puppy golden retriever and it was a girl, right? It was probably the first girl he's ever seen. And he just loved her. He was so in love with her. And I was like, well, turns out my son is straight. But also, it was just so cute. He was so in love, just so smitten. And I'm like, oh my God, my little angel. Lisa says he's got like ear infections and ear mites. Impossible worms or constipations that doesn't go away. It could be failed disease and he's underweight and has conjunctivitis. I'm so sorry. My favorite thing about Torty is he chases his tail and he's super social. This morning he went back and forth between me and my dad, and I for pets. He also loves shoelaces. Marin loves hair ties. That's like her thing. Yeah, I hope he pulls through with all 9 lives intact. Absolutely. I think he will. It's just stressful. He's a sweet, happy boy for the most part, and it just sucks. Yeah, I know. I just thinking about Jack hurting like makes me spiral so much. Like there's a chance that like I might be able to like see Max in a couple of months. And I was like, let's drive up to get Jack. But then it's like he can't like live with me, right? So it's like, oh, but if we do that, it would actually be more painful for him. And it's just it makes me so sad. Like legitimately it makes me so sad. Just just thinking about that. Yeah, you want to fix it. I totally get that. 23 it's been like a year of really high highs for me and of equally lows, you know? Um You're nostalgic for 2020? I know, I kind of am nostalgic for it too. Obviously, not like, if I were to like actually live it again, I think I would be so unhappy. But like, 2021 was such a rough year for me. Oof, oof. I did nothing again. I'm procrastinating. Somebody slap me. Don't. Let's do things. Although I think I'm probably going to do just one more sprint. I'm feeling super sleepy. Ooh. Whew. Very cute. Joe says my oldest feral, who I used to call Miss Hissy Face, and who is the meanest old lady, has decided after 12 years that she likes me. And last week came to me for pets for the first time. Oh my god, she even gives little headbutts. I am honestly shocked. Takes sometimes to crack them open. Nan says one of my pets is afraid of feathers. You can see the problem here. The other one has a crippling sunflower seed addiction. Every time I see a pigeon, which is a lot, I think of you, Nat. Maya! Hi, Maya! Maya says he's no longer with us, but one time my mom's dog hopped off the couch, went in the corner with his back to us, then turned and gave us the saddest Eeyore face. What did you do? What did you do to this man? Wait, we gotta have a get together when you listen to pre 1989 stuff, like on Discord. Oh my god, absolutely. I'm waiting for all the re-releases to come out for all like the pre stuff because like I'm not married to any of those recordings, except like maybe 1989 is like a recording that I'm married to. Like everything else I feel kind of meh about at most, and maybe some tracks on Reputation. So I'm really looking forward to like diving deep and getting those re-recordings, but I know that I'm going to love like a lot of the vault tracks. I think that a lot of my love for these older recordings is going to come from these like revised vault tracks, because even if even if they are songs that she wrote at the time, as like obviously as an artist she's going to go back and revise it, and I think that that's what I'm really interested in. Discord fam writing retreat. Oh my god, that would be so freaking cool. I'd love that. I honestly um not to be a super online person. But I had a pretty hard time this week in terms of like I love my peers. I mean, we don't know each other super well yet, but I can't wait to get to know them super well. But also, I've spent so much of the last 3 years online, um, because of just like the pandemic, and just like I moved so much. So a lot of my friendships are online friendships, and I'm so thankful for that. And there's also this there's always this immediacy in a way. Like when you become an online friend, it's immediate, and you get to know each other pretty deeply pretty fast. So when you like meet in person, there's a lot of that small talk that you don't have to do, and I don't mind small talk, but it's just like I've had to do a lot of it in this last week because I'm getting to know new people, and that's totally normal. But I think for me, I'm just like I'm overwhelmed in a way. I'm tired. I haven't had to see these many people at once in, I don't know, maybe 10 years, 8 years, where I've had to really hang out with people. And theater people, we're loud, we're like obnoxious, we're annoying. Um, and I think over the years, I've become more reserved, more of a hermit. Um, I enjoy being able to like talk with you guys, but also like being able to write and being able to host these little spaces that we've sort of all manicured together to really be the hedges we want for ourselves. And I've just kind of had a hard time with the chaos of living with real people. And I think that that's a good thing, because I've been longing for like, not real, because what we have here on like the Discord and like the live streams and stuff is real to me. But I think like having this like in the same room contact to contact interaction, and then balancing that desire with like how differently that's affecting my brain. And so yeah, I'd love like a real life like Discord thing, but everyone has their own room, because sometimes I'm just gonna need to like live stream from, I don't know if that makes any sense. um Maya says, to this day we wonder who did what to him, because we were all having a good time with the TV on, or so we thought. I gotta visit Mother Pigeon in Central Park or Union Square to get a felt pigeon. Nat, you gotta send me the link. I'll get one for both of us. You have to send me a link over on Insta. All right, let's jump into the next sprint, because it's hot in here. and I've been trying to like close my door, but I think I'm going to open my door to let some of the AC in. And also, I need to get some water because like these are these are warm now, and I just can't drink that. All right, let's get started. Let's get back to it. In 3, 2, 1. We actually have 3 seconds. Go, 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 go. Get ready, go. Okay, I'm back. How did we all do? Look who's here to join us. It's Miss Marin. Hey, Miss Marin. She's come to join us. Everyone say hi to Miss Marin. There's a pesky little fruit fly. Anyway, I just finished editing like the first half of a vlog, if that makes any sense. So I've been doing like 2 vlogs a week, but I think because of the way that like school is coming out and stuff, I think it's going to be closer to just like 1 big vlog a week. So all of you who voted for me to do 1 long vlog, congratulations. That's what's happening. It's just I'm finding it way easier to make less thumbnails. So it is pretty good. I'm going to see if I can finish like editing the rest of it tonight. That's sort of the plan. Like just the rough cut. Because I'm going to go in and try and merge those 2 together. But yeah, look, it's Miss Miran. I just found a blanket that I brought with me. And Miss Ma'am has been loving it. She's obsessed with this blanket. And now it's like her place on my bed. I think cats just like being enclosed. And honestly, I can relate to that. Not the we won in my chat. So what was the question that I asked you guys? Did I forget to put it up there like a dummy? No. It's really on me. Oh, I didn't put a question. Okay. Shoot. Well, what did y'all do? Catch me up. Fun facts. Drop that in the chat. Oh, I see Tag's here. Hi, Tag. Welcome. Tag says, if you want, I have a Discord with a writing section as long as you're nice to my gamers. You heard it here first, everyone. Tag has a section. Join it if you feel like writing on Discord. Be nice. You came from here. Be nice. Carson says separating flow. Oh, you know what? I'm going to chew some gum. That would make my tummy feel better. Anyway, Carson says separating flow and rhyme into separate work is working quite well. Thanks for that. No problem. I literally do it all the time. I just use repetition first and change it later. Well, I'm going to head out. Thanks so much for the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I appreciate you, Carson. And it's nice seeing you. It's been a while since I've seen so many of you, so many of the regulars. Oh, it's nice to see you. I did so much dishwashing today. I feel that. Baby cat. It's a cat and it's a baby. Joe says I have some pineapple shortbread from Hawaii. Oof. I'm so happy. I would love that. How long was that? We did 30 minutes, but I think I went over like a minute or 2. So sorry about that. Indeed. Hello, Marin. I think my favorite thing about the blanket is that it's like a perfect color match. And she still gets to like hang out in her spot. And she like loves. Yeah, therapist stuff. Joe says, my cats have stolen every blanket I have in that material. They love it. I will say the thing right now that I'm like obsessed with is trying to get like an NYU blanket. Like, am I going to regret it? Probably. Like, it's just so expensive. But part of me is like, ugh, like, what's the point of going to NYU if I don't get some merch? I went to see Kimberly Kimbo on Broadway, literally for class. I would say it was free tickets, but tuition is kind of the tickets. And I got this shirt. It says Gershwin, Rogers, Bernstein, Sondheim, and Tesori, who is the female composer and really the first truly like female composer to like take Broadway. And that's the kind of thing I was like, I'm going to this show and I'm like, I could buy a cup of wine for $20 or I can buy a shirt that I wouldn't wear for $35. I don't know. I'm all about that merch. So I'm going to still, and honestly, you know what? The worst part is of making a YouTube video, titling it. Why do I have to title everything? I'm so tired of this, Grandpa. Fun fact, I'm going to Portland tomorrow to meet my BFF's baby. Oh, how fun. What's the name of the baby? Katie says, I finished writing this scene and started editing it a little. Although my brain is kind of mush, so I don't know how well I'm doing. Honestly, I'm impressed by you already. I'm like, tomorrow Micah will do some writing. That's her problem, not mine. So you're already way better. And that's it. That says, anytime someone mentions food in Hawaii, I want malasadas. Dude, I had malasadas like the last week I was in Hawaii, which was, can you believe it's 5 years ago? That's crazy. No, 2019, sorry, 4 years ago. No, 2018, 5 years ago. 5 years ago this year. Yeah, my last week in Hawaii, which was in March of, to be fair, it was in March of 2019, but like this point I was in Hawaii, which is crazy. I just went and ate at all my favorite restaurants, ate all like local cuisine. And my favorite malasadas place is literally in the Pearl City Mall, right behind the Macy's. It's like this little, like, not a kiosk, but like this little like food truck. Dude, it's incredible. I can like taste it in my mouth now. There's like a special, it's like a donut, but it's not a donut. It's better than that. The glazing is better. The flavor is better. It's like a donut, but it's not doughy. Like, what if it was a glazed donut? And it was like more doughy than like a regular donut, but less cakey than like anyway, it's perfect. It's literally the perfect fucking treat. So good. Katie says, there's something so iconic about having university merch, though. I love my alma mater blanket. It's so true. Although I feel like as a student, it is kind of cringe to wear your own like university merch. I love wearing university merch like when I'm out, but also I think it's because I go to NYU, and so like it feels like a bit like oh, I'm wearing my NYU merch in New York. It just feels like a bit too like, I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. But when I went to pick up my friend Felipe at the airport, I did wear my NYU hat because I was like, this is how he'll know it's me. But I literally cannot wait to leave New York just to go anywhere and like be wearing my NYU stuff because I will not be shutting up about this. No, what's going on? I'm overwhelmed. Katie says, no brainer on a fun t-shirt, though. Always get the shirt. 100%. What is the point of preaching to the choir? Dexter, like Dexter's Laboratory? Oh, amazing. Katie says, too damn bad. But no, it's so true. I can't even title my works in progress. How can it? Thank you. I'm just so tired of titling a video. Titles are the best part. Okay, you come up with the titles then. 2018 being 5 years ago is fucked. What the hell? I know. It's like insane. I think truly 2020 to 2022 don't exist. But especially like 2020, 2021. No, like I would say till the end of 2022. Like 2023 has been like the first year that feels really real to me. Like I have lived this year. I have gone out. I have like made things. I have met people. I have, you know what I'm saying? 2020 to 2022, who was she? What was she doing? I have no idea. You know? I know. Lisa says it just feels weird. There's not a single therapist in the area who can give me what I need and dragging me up the fucking wall. I'm so sorry. Is there anything way you can do like long distance or like phone call or like Zoom? I know it's not the same, but it was 2 years ago. It is 2020 now. Fight me on this. That is exactly how I feel. Time isn't real. It isn't real. He says, I'm still not going out because I want to protect salespeople, but doing it a lot more. I will say one of my favorite things about New York is that the pandemic was like so real here, right? Because like so much of the population moves on the subway. So like, you know, there is this very real feeling of like shared space. And so there's been this uptick on COVID cases recently. As I mentioned, I think like my cycle 33, like the year above me, she's my buddy. So where she's kind of helping me get through the program, like as a friend, obviously. But their thesis partner caught COVID. And so like they have to like do stuff, but it's still like COVID is like going around in New York, and in theater it's like if you have COVID you can't perform, right? But so I've been wearing my mask on public transit like every day. I had like a scare, luckily it wasn't anything, and that person didn't have COVID at all, so like it ended up being fine. But that just sort of kicked it into gear of being like, okay, I need to start masking again. And I've been masking like every day on the subway because it's just so packed. And my professors too, like my professors have been following protocols so cool. Like there's like, oh, somebody I know was exposed to COVID, so I'm masking in class, and they'll like wear like a full N95. So NYU is like, I was like really surprised by that because it was super cool to see that. But also like on the subway itself, I've seen so many people mask, and it's been really, really cool because you don't feel like so out of place. You don't feel like you're the only one doing it, but also like people do still have jobs. People do still need to do things. People are still going out and eating. And like a lot of like the stuff, there's still a lot of like outdoor dining as long as the weather holds, I'm assuming. So it's just been really cool to see that and like know that people are trying to do their best under the circumstances. Like, you know, people, the world stopped for a while and now the world hasn't. And so like people are getting back into motion. And sometimes all you can do is mitigate risk. And it's cool to see so many people doing that, like actively doing that, you know? And that says, if you don't have NYU merch, how else will I judge you for being a trust fund legacy, JK? But that's kind of the reason why I don't like wearing NYU merch in the city. Like, just like the rep that NYU gets because it's such an expensive school. And trust me, I get it. That is the rep that I had with it. Like everyone who's here is like loaded. I'm not one of you. But also I think there is like, you know, NYU is an art school. So going to art school just feels kind of like, oh, I'm going to art school. There's just something so like pretentious is the wrong word, but it's kind of the right vibe, you know? And so, but then also like I'm going out wearing like the most obnoxious musical theater merch, and I was wearing like a Sweeney Todd merch the other. It's like, Micah, you get your head out of your ass. This is worse than my NYU hat. I know that to be true, but it's also like I'm tired. Well, I haven't exhausted all the options. It just feels like I'm running out of options. That is exactly how I felt when I was trying to get a gynecologist here. I had to call literally every gynecologist in my area and try to find someone to take my fucking insurance. He says, but there's a way to do your part. You know, you don't have to be like, not have a job, but doing your thing, you're important. So I'm glad they're still doing. Yeah, I agree. Definitely like people trying to do the best they can with the circumstances they're given. I just think our government failed us. Pretentious vibes for real. Carly Cross in her NYU merch. If you know, you know, 100%. My favorite is Taylor Swift with that like 90s NYU sweater, which I desperately want, but it is not sold. And it is just like NYU needs to bring that shit back because it is an iconic fucking design. And you know, it's like the stripes. So it really looks like one of those like Ivy League sweaters. And like NYU is sort of like one of the Ivy Leagues of like the arts. So it's like really like this pretentious thing. I get it, but it's also like I just want like a good sweater. It's just too hot for sweaters right now, but I always try and buy like a hoodie. That is my go-to, or like a pullover. No, girl, you earned it. Rocket hoe, affectionate. Oh, I will. Trust me. The minute that I live in New York, it'll just be like a New York sticker on my car and NYU like license plate. If I have to pay this much money to go here, I am going to like tell everyone I know. It's so annoying. Lisa says our government is still failing us. True. Honestly, if you get into NYU, you should be allowed to be a little pretentious. Live the dream, Bessie. I will live it for all of us. Go major and find, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing like literally the weirdest like degree ever. Yes, I'm literally waiting until October to buy like a merch. I know nothing's going to go on sale, but like, maybe. Joe says, I'm going to dip out to mod my friend's gaming stream. Always lovely chatting with y'all. Thank you for coming to hang, Joe. I really, really appreciate you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Everyone say bye, Joe. Bye, Joe. Live it on my behalf. Y'all have to come to New York. Precisely. Live vicariously through you. No pressure, but absolutely. I will think of you every time. Come see me in New York. I think everyone on the stream I like know. So come see me in New York. I'll buy you a cup of coffee. All right, it's already 11. Let's jump to this last sprint of the evening. I think I'm ready for bed. I know some of you are not ready for bed, but a lot of like I luckily I don't have class tomorrow, but I do have to go on campus. So I guess I should be responsible. So one more sprint, and then we're gonna call it. This is so fun. What should be the question? Oh my god, I got it. What is your craziest school story? College, high school, grad school. I want to hear it all. West Coast for life, 100%. Not ready for bed. Anyone want to sprint with me after? Yeah, if somebody wants to do it after, 100%. Oh, bye, Miss Maya. Thank you for hanging out with us. All right, let's get started. Last sprint. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Many of us are going to bed, and I'm happy for us. All right, friendos, we are done. I'm gonna read these stories. I saw a juicy one, and then we're going to bed. And by bed, I do mean I'm gonna finish what I'm doing, lay down because I'm exhausted. All right. The question was, what is your craziest school story? College, high school, grad school. I will say my craziest story right now. I'll do a grad school edition. So we got assigned random partners, random prompts for our first writing assignment, which was this weekend. And I got the prompt number 3, or sorry, prompt number 1, which was, if you don't do as I say, daddy will sell you on eBay. And so I fear that I am sort of the crazy story that people are going to say. So, like, my first instinct was like, oh, the word daddy, like, it's very sexualized. And I was talking, and so I was like, okay, I'm going to push it to like the extreme. I was thinking, like, maybe do like a BDSM thing. um, but I was talking with someone in my class, and they were like, oh, well, it's kind of cringy. So I decided to do a different thing because I didn't want people to think about, like, I didn't want to, write about that because what they said was like, the word daddy is so cringy to sing. And I was like, all right, bet. What if I embrace cringe? What if I write this thing that people are going to run away from? That I like, my first instinct was to explore this. And so when I was talking about my ideas, the way he said it wasn't like, oh, this is bad. But he was like, oh, I would never do this. And so on the flip side, like, it sort of meant to me like, oh, it's a bad idea. And I was like, absolutely not. I will follow through with this idea now. And the thing that I wrote is like very explicit in nature. It is not typically what I write. But it was like, what if I embrace cringe? What if I like push this to the very extreme? And so I have this character like wearing a diaper and like having a pacifier and like a bunny onesie, and like, the song is about like foreplay and sex, and but it's funny, and it's supposed to be like this very intimate fly in the wall moment for the audience. And I was like, yeah, no, this is perfect. I'm really proud of this. I'm really happy that I pushed myself out of the comfort zone. But I know that when people are like, what is it, crazy grad schools? It's like, Micah didn't know anyone. And I dumped this lyric on a composer who I'd never met, who's in my class, who had to write music to this. And like, we performed it live. And so, he's playing piano, and I'm like, we're doing like the whole like hitting and the span. It was too much. It was too much, but I'm so proud of the piece. Like, it's genuinely so proud. So that is the grad school story. I am the grad school story for people, but that's been it. West Coast for life. Not the new Discord, Rip Sprinto. I'm taking a break because I'm sad about therapists. Yes, let's go watch a podcast. Katie says, I was a freshman in uni, and the girl across the hall who I knew from high school came over to a room to chat, which was fine and funny. It was the first week, just gossiping about classes. And then the girl says, wow, this rug is really cute. And she lays down on it, takes out her titty, just one titty, and snaps a picture for a guy on a dating app. My God. She didn't ask if she could or anything, just fully did it without a word, while my roommate and I are just in our room. Like, absolute insanity. She must have felt so comfortable. She's like, babes, I know you'll understand. Like, I need to get this man. It's girl dinner. It's a little bit early for girl dinner at that point, but I just like love that. I knew her from high school. She was my age, I think, but she had not introduced herself to my roommate before doing it. And while we both knew her a lot better after that, at least one part. I love that she just pulled out one titty and not both of them. That's a wild introduction. Very wild. And later she was like, oh, I did it because I wanted this boy to fuck me, but it didn't work because he went to bed after he got the picture. Girly pop. Damn, that's honestly the worst part of this whole thing. Like, her pulling the titty out, like, I could almost respect like the grind, But the fact that she went to such lengths with people she didn't know, only to get ghosted, tragic. Anyway, I have a lot of crazy college stories, but that one always takes a cake. It's so good. So good. I mean, so bad, but so good. My wild story in fifth grade ish, my teacher went through a puppetry phase and he wrote a Rapture themed puppet show for us to do in front of the entire elementary. Hello, religious trauma, but the puppet show is still on GodTube because of course it is. GodTube? Oh my god. Is that a real thing? Very real. Oh Lord. Remember once in elementary school I was allowed to go on GodTube instead of YouTube for free time during computer class. That is crazy. It's on YouTube too. Insane. Katie says, I wrote 320 words of a brain jump for a little bodyguard AU brain rot at the moment. Oh my God. The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston gets me every time to this day. And I'm all about shipping celebrities with their bodyguards. I know it's wrong. And I don't actually ship celebrities in real life. I think that's really weird. But like the concept of a celebrity falling in love with a bodyguard, I understand. Nah, Lisa, I have so many questions and none at the same time. There are no answers. Oh my God, that daddy's selling you on eBay. Dead. True. So I went like the full route and I looked it up. I'm like, is it legal to sell like a human on eBay? It's not legal, but you can sell a product, like a service. And I was like, here's my take. But the person who came up with the prompt was one of our faculty members, and they're like, yeah, when I was doing my show, like my original show, one of the people that we were working with brought their kids, and so one of the children said to the younger one, like, oh, if you don't do as I say, daddy's gonna sell you on eBay. And I'm like, that's so cute, because like there were a lot of people who actually wrote from that perspective as like a little, like an older brother, an older sibling selling like a younger sibling, but then other people wrote about dogs. Yeah, it was just really funny, like what people came up. We all didn't have the same prompt. There was 3 prompts, so like, but it was just really funny to see how far people pushed it, you know. Tag says, my craziest academia story, I can't tell you because I can neither confirm nor deny whether it happened. Damn, I love that. Yes, commit to the bit, commit to the cringe. Hell yeah. I feel like I'm a pretty like cringy person anyway, so I might as well embrace that instead of trying to seem cool. I just could never seem cool, so I might as well like not try, you know? Actually kind of obsessed with that. Hilarious but intimate and taboo. Amazing. If you're interested, if anyone's actually interested, I'll send like the lyrics over, like the actual scene that I wrote. Because it's I think it's legitimately some of my best work. Like I was firing on all cylinders for real. Lisa says, I'm sure I have worse, but I can't think of any. I love it. And the clearance. Oh my God, just one titty. So random. Watch me write a story based on this because it's too good. It's honestly too good of a scene to not try and stage. I just think it's so funny. I don't want to be known as the like explicit girl. I'm just gonna honestly just like, so the good thing about this what is it girl did this master's degree is that it's a pass fail. So for a long time I was like, oh my God, if it's like, you know, like A through F, right? I was gonna be like, well, I really want to get an A. So I'm gonna try and work hard, which means obviously like trying to work your art around like whatever the professors think the style should be, right? But they were very early on, it's like, this is a pass fail, which I love. At first I was like really like upset because I was like, how are people going to know that I'm amazing? But now that I know that there's no expectation to be amazing, like getting an A isn't an option, you either pass or you fail, I feel so free because as long as I gave it my all, as long as I tried my best, then I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like then I did right by what was expected of me, and I can experiment with writing different things, you know? And I find that to be like just really freeing. Girl dinner. Wait, Justice Lady. I love The Bodyguard. Patreon exclusive song when I don't own the song. Because I did not write the music for it. So I can never be a Patreon exclusive, but I did write the lyrics in the book. So I'm more than happy to like upload like the scene. It's only 4 pages long, but I'm really, really proud of it. Bitch, do it. Send it to me. Oh my God, Katie, DM me. DM me your email and I'll send it to you. Please do. Oh my God, it'd be such a funny scene in a musical with like a song about ghosting or sexting. Could be fun. 100%. This is my favorite thing about being a writer, just in general, and especially like songwriting, is just like listening to people talk and being like, that's a good idea for a song. That's a good title. That's a blah, 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 blah. And so I love just like musicalizing stories and things like that. It's so freaking cool. Texas, right? I'm almost thinking of including one single titty being exposed during the scene. Can get any crazier than what it is right now. I mean, that is such the peak. Katie says, pass fails also nice things that are so subjective, like the arts. It's so true. I can't even imagine how to get an A in musical theater writing. Like, to me, there's obviously like a clear structure and you need to be like rhymes, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's guidelines, but the whole point of art is to like push the form. And especially at a place like NYU where it's like literally like a lot of like the cradle for a lot of what, you know, becomes these really big musicals. I think it's like pivotal to like do a pass fail. And the more I think about it, the more I like it. Give it to us. If you know me, DM me and I will send it your way. But send me your email because I have to email it to you. All right, friendos. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I had such a fucking blast. I love streaming. I missed it. I don't think I'll be going back to Twitch to stream just because I don't, you know, I keep it's again, it's like that pass fail mentality. With this, it's like so basic. I'm genuinely like in the moment. Whereas I feel like sometimes when I'm on Twitch, I'm like thinking about everything else instead of like working and like talking to you guys. So I think this will be my new live stream platform until like I have a change of heart, like I always do in 6 months, and then we'll be back on Twitch. So for now, I loved YouTube streaming. I will be back. I don't know when. As I mentioned, I will be doing like pop-ups. No scheduled or anything, but there will be a new video from me this Tuesday, so you can expect more of that. And so with that, thank you all so much. Katie says, thank you for the sprint and the bands and the fun. I've missed you, bestie. Same seas. Love you too. Lol, true. All right, besties. Have a great night or day, wherever it is you are in the world. And I will see you next time with a new sprint or vlog or whatever. Just catch you later. Bye, friends. Adieu. Love you all. Bye. And